All right, guys. One of you guys from Australia, I forget your name, but you want to know more about the handlines. Um, Again, I got this. I think it's a 9-inch Cuban yo-yo. This is my next rig. Now this is the same line. It's a braided line. It's about 100-pound test or so. It's the same kind of braided line I use for what we in America call jug fishing. Jug fishing for catfish. It's the same line. And so I measured out 100 feet. And this is sort of my backing, just like on a fly rod. And so that's the main. The backing. And then that's coming down to a knot here. Okay, and that's coming down to a knot, stopper knot, and a nail knot here, just like you would tying on the fly line or tying the backing to the fly line. The main line is coming down to some 35-pound test line. Okay, and that's going down to a swivel. I forget what size swivel, but it's just, swivel. And that's going to 20-pound test mono, clear mono, going to a dropper loop with one of my catfish tip rigs here with the beads and the crystal flash and those kinds of things. Uh, Again, we'll have a piece of chicken liver and various bait, whatever, and then that's going all the way down to a slinky weight here. And that's essentially my rig. The thing I like about this particular yo-yo reel, Cuban yo-yo reel, I should say, is I can put that bad booger right there, and it's all very nice and ready to go. So again, when I'm fishing, I just put my bait on there, let that sink all the way to the bottom, and let out as much line as possible. And so all in all, there's about 100 feet of the white line. That's about 12 feet. It's about 112 feet in all. That's plenty. I mean, that's way more line than I'll ever need. And again, we put the chicken liver on top here and just, slip the chicken liver here and pull tight to hold it tight up against the line there. And we can either put something else here or just leave that hanging open. And so you have, all that noise there plus the visual there. And that's it. That's the next rig in terms of hand lines that I'm going to try. Again, just a slight variation on the rigs you've seen me use on my rod and reel. It's exactly the same rig. It's just slightly just ever so slightly different, And so you you experiment, see what works, see what doesn't, and then go from there. And so oh, come on, yep, there we go. And bam, really nice and tidy. This is going to be my big catfish setup here. I'm going to use this for fishing for big catfish, because I just don't see the point in rod and reel for big catfish. I mean, I could out-muscle any catfish in the river. I mean, there's no more 300-pound catfish in the river. I'm weighing 250, and even if I catch a 80-pound catfish, 200-pound me, I win, period, just on brute strength. So I don't see even need for a rod and reel. This is going to be my big catfish setup for this season, and I'm going to use the rod and reel for the light catfish, the eating size fish, on up to about 10 pounds. And for my 20-pound and above catfish, this is what we're going to be using. So there you go. If you have any more questions about how I rig these up, just send me, comment or something, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you.